up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and I'm going to review Monday Night Raw for 7/17/2018. And I gotta tell you, man, after Extreme Rules, I expect nothing from WWE at this point. We've already canceled the network from the free subscription. I told you that I canceled mine a month or two ago, and I wasn't going to renew it until WWE improved their product. So I got a couple of free pay-per-views. I'm not putting my money into their product, though. I'm just not. I don't care if it's SummerSlam, WrestleMania. They suck. And they don't deserve any money from anybody, quite frankly, with the lack of effort they put into this shit. Extreme Rules was garbage, so Monday Night Raw following, you have to build up for one of the big four for the year. If you don't know the big four, WWE, it's WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, you have the Survivor Series, and of course, SummerSlam, which is coming up. SummerSlam, the big show of the summer, and not really interested, I'll be honest. I think the roster right now is completely lackluster. I think the writing has been shit. Like, it's so bad. And so now we have to start building up. But you don't have much to build up with, to be very honest. So let's go ahead and get into this. Kurt Angle starts off. He is keeping his promise from Extreme Rules, saying that if Brock Lesnar doesn't show up or commit to a date to defend his title, he's being stripped. Paul Heyman comes out. Kurt Angle sticks to his guns. Paul Heyman says, fine, Brock Lesnar will defend at SummerSlam. We already knew that was coming. So then Bobby Lashley immediately comes out, starts talking about how he deserves a title shot, and then you have, in order, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Elias, Finn Balor, and Roman Reigns all come out and explain why they deserve a shot. Now, of course, you know this is going to build up some kind of match or matches that are going to determine the number one contender. You can see that coming a mile away. And at first, I didn't know where they were going to go with this. I'll be honest, when I heard Drew McIntyre's music hit, I got really excited, thinking, you know, that he might actually somehow be put into a title picture here. But of course, WWE suck, and that's not going to happen. So Kurt Angle says there's going to be 3 triple threat matches, and the winner from those matches are going to face each other next week, and that will determine the number one winner. As soon as he said that, you already know where this is going to go. Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. Before he even said what the teams were going to be, you knew that that's what they were going to do. And guess what? By the end of the night, you're right. So the first match is Roman Reigns, Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre. They actually made Drew McIntyre look pretty strong in this, and it was a good match. Roman Reigns won, though. We knew that was going to happen, so there's really not much excitement about it. So decent match for what it was. I actually liked the match. There was actually a spot where McIntyre did a dive over the top rope and front flip, and looked really good. And I was actually surprised because I hadn't seen him do that before, so McIntyre trying to improve. See, and that's what I'm talking about. A guy that has the look. He has, you know, so much potential, and he's working on getting better in the ring. Pulling out new stuff. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I did make a tweet that it's like, I think it's funny that you have the talents of Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre, and they both get fed to Roman Reigns, who the crowd clearly is not behind and is never going to be. So after that, you get Bayley, Kurt Angle segment. Kurt Angle's asking how therapy went with Sasha Banks. Bayley's like, not good. He's like, well, I'm going to give you 2 another chance now. You're going into another tag match where they're tagging with each other against, it was Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox. Sorry, I had to think about who they were fighting for a second. Shows how much I gave a fuck about this match. And part of the reason for that is this fucking writing for this Bayley-Sasha feud or whatever it is or is not doesn't make any sense. It's been absolutely pointless. They've actually had no pay-per-view match, no real match to, you know, really set the stage for a feud. It just sucks. The writing for this has been garbage. It's been so all over the place and just not very good. So Dolph Ziggler is in the ring. He's cutting a promo, and then Bobby Roode comes in, says, you know, he wants a title shot and blah, 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 and he's trying to get his momentum moving, essentially. And Ziggler says, I won't give you a title shot, but I will give you a match. So they have the match, Ziggler versus Rude, non-title, and Ziggler wins. So that whole segment's pointless. So there you go. Then Bobby Roode and Mojo Rawley have a little backstage bit after the commercial break. Where Mojo's just kind of laughing at Bobby Roode. He's like, so that was glorious. And that was it. And then you get a match with Tyler Breeze versus Mojo Rawley. This is already the halfway point of the show. Like, after this match, you're at over an hour and a half into it. And nothing. Just nothing really good so far. The first match was good, let me not say that, but it was very predictable at the end of the day. So then you get this absolute who gives a shit match between Tyler Breeze and Mojo Rawley. And Mojo Rawley looks strong. But one of the things with Mojo is, like, I don't know, dude. Like, he's so overly hyped with shit. And he makes one good hit and he's screaming like a teenage boy fighting on the playground. It just doesn't work for me. Like, if Mojo Rawley could tone it down a little bit, it might have been a better match. But he's got to tone that shit down. Because he's in there, he has a good move, it looks good, it looks hard hitting. And then he just goes, and for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, dude, just you're ruining the moment that you just made. So, that's my thought on that. Mojo Rawley wins, I didn't care. Then you get Dana Brooke and Alicia Fox versus Bayley and Sasha. Turns into a double count out because the two girls, Dana and Alicia, are beating up on Bayley outside of the ring, and then here comes Sasha to save her. And the next very bit is Sasha and Bayley, and Sasha's like, you just don't get it, I love you, I've always loved you. It makes no sense. These writers just need to be fucking fired. Like, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, they're trying to kill each other, they go to counseling, that doesn't work. And so they have a tag match together, and I don't know, dude. It's fucking garbage. It's just garbage. Renee interviews Braun Strowman backstage. You know, typical B shit. No, I'm not sorry about what I did to Kevin Owens. And the reason I didn't involve myself in these matches to face Brock Lesnar is because I have the Money in the Bank contract. We get that. And then they give a medical update on Kevin Owens, which is really no update at all. They said they're going to check him out in a week again to make sure that he's okay. And they're trying to be careful with him. So there you go. Basically, that's it. B-Team comes out. Faces the Ascension, Connor and Victor. Again, not much of a build-up for anything here. Actually, no build-up. You know the Ascension's not going to win because it's the Ascension and they haven't done a damn thing yet. And at least they're trying to push the B-Team here. Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas. And I said it Extreme Rules, and I'm saying it again tonight. I like these guys. I think they've been entertaining. I don't see them as WWE champions in any form or fashion. And here they are as tag team champions. And that seems to be something that WWE has done a lot lately, is put people who just have no business being champion into championship spots. Nia Jax, Carmella, the B-Team now. I don't understand it. So after the match, after the B-Team win, you get a promo from Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt who are saying they are invoking their rematch clause for next week. So next Monday, it's going to be the Deleters of Worlds versus the B-Team again. We'll see how that goes. Right now, I think it's a joke. I just think it's a fucking joke. So after that, you have Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. They're cutting a promo, and Ronda Rousey comes through the crowd, starts wailing up on both of them. And man, the hip toss she did to Alexa Bliss was great looking. Like, one thing Ronda Rousey brings is some legitimacy to the way it looks, like the actual fighting. When she throws somebody, they get thrown. So I love that. But then Kurt Angle comes out, says you can't do that. If you do anything else, I'm going to have to suspend you. Baron Corbin comes out, says, what? You're not going to punish her? She needs to be punished, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go call Stephanie McMahon. He's looking all over for his phone, can't find it. Walks to the back to go get his phone. Kurt Angle pulls Baron Corbin's phone out of his pocket, says that he's going to have a hard time finding it or something. And so he sets up a match for Ronda Rousey and Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. So the first ironclad match for SummerSlam is Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. I'm not hating this. I mean, Alexa Bliss kind of did disappoint me last night at Extreme Rules. I was complaining about the fact that you're in an Extreme Rules match and she's pulling every shot that she did with a weapon. Like you could see her restraining and slowing the momentum of a chair or whatever the hell she was using. And I was just like, you know what? Just don't even have the fucking match at that point, honestly, because you're making it look like garbage. So, but anyway, Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey for SummerSlam is apparently set in stone. Then you get a backstage interview with Renee Young interviewing Seth Rollins. Typical shit, you know, I'm not going to make any excuses about last night I lost, but I'm going to course correct tonight and win the triple threat and yada yada yada. Not a big deal. You get, honestly, another Who Gives a Shit match with the Authors of Pain, Ikemen Rezar, versus Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. This is something that's been going on for like 3 weeks now, and I could care less. They haven't done anything with Titus Worldwide that makes him even mentionable, quite frankly. And you know that Authors of Pain are going to win, and they did. So that, again, don't care. Ember Moon versus Sarah Logan is the next match, and honestly, you know, Sarah Logan is the one I'm the least fan of in the Riot Squad. I like Ruby Riott, I like Liv Morgan, I'm not a fan of Sarah Logan. So of course that's the one that they're going to pick to finally go over Ember Moon. They've had Liv Morgan lose a couple of matches, and then you get this sloppy ass wrestler come in with Ember Moon, and she gets the win. It's what I've come to expect from WWE. Last match of the night, Elias, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley. Triple threat match. You already know who's going to win. Bobby fucking Lashley. There is literally no surprise to this. There's nothing to hold your breath for because you know what's going to happen. And it did. And so now Vince McMahon gets to masturbate next week to Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. Honestly, I'm 0 out of 10. Again, it was a 0 out of 10 in Extreme Rules. I thought it was one of the worst pay-per-views, if not the worst pay-per-view I've ever seen. And WWE has had some shit pay-per-views in the last decade. But this was one of the worst that I've seen, easily, if not the. And so the follow-up show is the same shit. And you want to get people invested in SummerSlam with this garbage? I mean, I just don't get it, man. So, 2 0 out of 10s back to back. I really couldn't care. And honestly, it's sad that it's a 0 out of 10 because the first match was kind of good. Drew McIntyre impressed me a little bit, honestly. But they went right back to the status quo. So, same old shit, and I couldn't care less. And that's where we're at with WWE at this point. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my review of Raw. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you enjoyed the review, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. If you did not enjoy Raw, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Kaged Nation out.